Assalamu alaikum, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, dear friends and family members and any viewers watching me. And I'm doing this vlog about the incidents that happened a couple of days ago. Not only not just the incidents, but actually the after effects of that, or immediate after effects. So what happened that that day, when U.S. Canadian border crossing, there was accident happened. People in our community, they got very frantic. Uh, I've been talking to several people, and we're messaging across using different platforms such as Twitter and WhatsApp, uh, and maybe others. I'm not super active with the media, social media, but I know there are a few other platform people are engaging and they were scared, and it got to the point that about like 5 p.m. I called a friend and he was very very much affected by the incidents, and he was actually asking me, "Are you okay? Are you near the bridge or something that you are calling me?" I said, "No, no, I'm just calling. It's a regular call." Then I realized that this is something which affects the whole community, and I could see that happening in my in number of people I have been in touch with. The reason is people have lost faith in the mainstream media. So they are resorting to YouTube channel anchors and believing whatever they are saying, or WhatsApp messaging, or X platform messaging, or various other, I don't know, there are tons of media things, social media things going on. And some people get very frantic about it, and this situation can cause extreme fear. And when someone or the group of people are under fear, they are prone to make wrong action and wrong decisions, although they have got nothing to do with, most likely, like this incident, that incident was not related to them at all, but uh, but things happen, and chain reaction can result in a bigger disaster for the individual or family or the community. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about what's happening, how it happens, and I'm going to make another video about how to deal with the situation. First of all, we need to understand that there is a culture, there is a system which is failing or passing, I don't know, but there is a system which we call democracy, which is controlled by, in the major part, by unknown forces. And because of that, what is happening, that people are sending their representative, but their own representatives are not able to represent them, and it results in the worst scenario for the minorities. It's opened the way of exploitation by the majority people, or the people who control. So first of all, we need to understand that, acknowledge ourselves and understand when we are, as individual or as a group, under pressure. As soon as we realize that, then step back, take a deep breath, and think about what is going on, and try to get information through authentic sources. I'm saying all this because there are forces in this world from the time immemorial who are trying to control masses, like a smaller group in power trying to control the masses. We knew, we know that even Prophet Abraham's time, Namrud, when he wanted to throw him uh, into the fire, big huge bonfire, why did he have to do that? Well, one man could have been assassinated by any means, but he did it to make an example. Don't you, he was addressing the masses, don't you dare do this, what Abraham just did. He did not realize Abraham's God will save him and make his name forever, live forever. But anyway, coming from that background, so this has been this has been repeated in the times of pharaohs, in the time of most often it has happened in the time of Roman Empire. Whenever the Roman emperors or the elite masses, the rich people, lords, they realize their power is going to be compromised. They created some. I'm not a historian. You can go read and you can ask a historian. There are several operations were done which were false flag, and it has gone on till our times. And I don't want to mention those because I don't want this discussion to be political. This discussion is to save people for any impending disaster. But before going to show, before showing what we can do to avoid this disaster, we need to understand that what is happening, so that first you understand and then make preparation. So I want to remind you that most of knowledge probably is known to a lot of people, but we don't put it together in time, especially when we are under stress. See, so this organized crime, mafia, be it political, religious, or any, they have a common approach. They want to create a sense of insecurity among the masses and then make one group of people suspicious and against the other group of people. And for this purpose, they use physical intervention like punishment, or psychological or emotional intervention like undermining the people, the freedom or authority, and so on and so forth. And this can have both short-term consequences and long-term short-term. They show the short-term consequences as well as the long-term. Short-term, like immediate punishment, abduction, so on and so forth. Long-term is like, oh, you will lose your status in the society, you will lose your job, you will lose your business, and that's happening. And just you turn around and see, this is happening right and left in almost every country in the world. But only countries not happening where there is a single control monarchy. They are doing well in that phase. But otherwise, all the democracies. Just recently, we heard that masses were the so-called democratically elected prime minister was trying to manipulate the constitution to undermine the authority of Supreme Court in his country, in Middle East. And he was doing it through Parliament, undermine the constitution, and what happens next? Broke up the war. So that everybody forgot. The whole country was against him, but just one incident caused him to become hero again. So you can figure out who I'm talking about. And here I'm not. I see all the religions, all the people following, no matter Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Sikh, Jews. We are all brothers. We are all together. We are all facing the same situation, but we are not able to control our respective governments. So this is what we need to keep in mind. And in American culture and history, those people who know, I know a little bit, and I can tell you that it was run by a judge, a sheriff, and a mayor. And guess what? All three were elected, qualified or unqualified. And who could get elected? Who had power. Might is right. And this is how the things have been happening. But in last couple of years or so, when the people got educated and they started changing the culture, and we saw the growth of the Western society. Because they recognize their weakness, they overcome their weakness, and they become powers, world powers actually. So right now I'm saying the opposite is happening. Even in the democratic countries, the media is being controlled by certain powers, and forget about the countries like China, Russia. They are out of, they are just, their media is already controlled. In countries like Pakistan, the PAMRA is, in countries like other countries. But here in Western media right now, it's a self-censorship. Nobody is able to define the self-censorship. But I will give you one example. One of the big news outlet media in US, in Washington, was recently bought by a billionaire. So what is that for? So you can understand. So this is how they teach the people, be ready for consequences if you go against us. They can use various methods for manipulation, which may include targeting certain people, and manipulating in the mind of people through media, and so on. So all these actions with the plan to keep to keep fear alive in the people, so that people are not able to come up with any solutions. But at this point, I really want to remind people that people are used against people. The minority are used against majority, or majority against minority. So just remember, majority or minority, you could be majority in one country but not in the other country. So we have to respect each other equally, no matter where we are. So there are some historical example. There was an American Museum of Immigration. It was a mobile museum, and it was visiting in Statue of Liberty, New York City. So I attended that, and it showed that the history in American history is full of discrimination against the new aliens, new immigrants, and minorities. So here I will conclude this, so that people understand that whenever something big happens, they have to resort to themselves, calm down, and discuss with the elders and seniors in the community, and with each other, and with children, of course, and have a plan before acting on it, and try to confirm the information. In the next episode, in the next meeting, I will talk about what we can do about it. Thank you.